me say this. And then we try to rationalize. I'm looking up. We try to rationalize. Well, it's 21 days. Well, if I just cheat this one day, I'll add an extra day. Oh, it's in the house. It's in the house. Day 21, February 1st. Day 21 of the fast, February 1st. I know there was some folks at 11:59 last night. Oh, am I lying? What was that, son? Well, it's Sunday somewhere in the world. The enemy knows just what to do. And I'm telling you, that little thing, I was so glad I passed that test because everything in me was trying to like, I can't stand that little piece of paper sticking out right there. I can't, everything in me. It kept everything to keep from get distracted, but although it was a distraction because I had to just leave the room. But that's what we need to do. Some of us need to leave the room. Huh? Yes. Let me leave the room altogether, so that way I will not be distracted. I forget there was something else. I'm thinking had to do with the floor. Had to do with the floor. It was something I seen on the floor or something, a spot or something. I'm like, man, every time I walk by, I see this spot on the floor. Right? Every time we trying to get close to God, where is the discipline? Where is the discipline? We are so easily distracted, and we let so many things get in the way from doing what God has called us to do. It's interesting to me that the moment that we start going through, the first thing people do, I'm not going to make it to church today. The first thing. Okay. I'm not going to make my assignment. I'm going to have to give that up. Because I just got too much going on. I can't be on prayer, for 1 hour. I can't do that. I can't because I got too much going on. So even though when I got too much going on, the what I need to be doing is praying more, not praying less. Put our hands to the plow. It ain't easy when you put your hands to the plow. It's in the book of Psalms. I believe it is the book of Psalms. He who puts his hands to the plow. No, actually, it's in the Gospels. Jesus said it. Put your hands to the plow and looks back. You're not fit for the kingdom of God. You're not fit. In other words, if you make a choice, because Jesus told some other folks, listen, you got to take up your cross and do what? Follow me. That sacrifice, whatever that is, that's precious to you. You have to be willing. We have to be willing to sacrifice, to leave some things behind, because what Jesus was telling those people is you have to leave father and mother, sister and brother, houses and land, and follow me. But when he told them the story about the parable about putting your hands to the plow, because I was watching, oh my God, me and my wife, we was watching this show, Mountain Men. It's one of those National Geographic shows, series. And these cats, woo, they out there making it work. I mean, just hunting for a living but they had this plow and they had to grab this thing, and it had these blades on it, and they had the horse or the mule in the front, and they grabbed this thing but they had to wrestle with that thing. They had to wrestle with it, and they had to be careful that they didn't want to fall, because if they fell down or whatever and the mule is still going, you could get chopped up by the blades just breaking up the ground. But Jesus said that if you make a choice, a decision to put your hands to the plow, it ain't gonna be easy. You got to hold on to that thing with everything that you got. But once you got a hold of it, hold on to it for dear life. Just because it gets difficult, that don't mean, oh shoot, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Because some of us, we don't count up the cost. Jesus said that too. He said, you got to count up the costs before you just jump into stuff. But once you make a decision, a choice that you're going to follow Jesus, then you have to grab that thing. And no matter how hard, how rough it gets, hold on to it. Don't let go and go back, because he said, then you will not be fit for the kingdom. Holding on to that plow with all the rigor and the effort and the physicality. He says, holding on to the plow, even while there's challenges and difficulties and there's rocks and dips and hard ground. But if you hold on to that plow, holding on to that plow will make you fit. That's what makes you fit, is holding on to it when life puts challenges and difficulties in your way. When you can still hang on to the task, the assignment, in spite of the challenges, that makes you fit. You ain't gonna get no muscle going to the gym just looking at the weights. It ain't gonna happen by osmosis. You can't wish it away. You got to grab them. You got to grab that iron. You got to grab it. Even in physical conditioning, somebody who's trying to get in shape and build up their heart and all that kind of stuff, you want to go out and you want to jog to stay in shape. You want to jog to stay in shape. And we get up and we stretch out a little bit, and, we get up there, got our nice Nike suits. We buy all the gear. I ain't talking about nobody. Some of us got stacks and stacks of tennis shoes. These are my 2-mile shoes. These are my sprinting shoes. These are my climbing boots. Stacks and stacks. But you can't get all suited up and everything, and laced up, suited up, and get out there, and then you look at the terrain, it's like, oh. You know what? I don't know, it's getting kind of late. Let me try to get tomorrow. Let me get up a little early. Let me try to get tomorrow. We look at the terrain and the horizon or the track or whatever it is, and get discouraged. But we will never grow until we actually start running. As daunting as it may be, because we think of it in totality, like, oh my God, I don't want to run 2 miles, 5 miles, whatever. Some of us can do that. I don't want to do that. But we think about the whole thing in totality instead of just focusing on one step in front of the other. One step. And if you keep one step in front of the other, eventually,
Thank you for watching this snippet of our recent service. To enjoy the full message, click the link in the description. God bless. And thank you for joining us.